scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
Don't forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
They go play action with Trubisky. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Ryan Shazier in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. In his 3rd year now, here's the punter, Matt Darr, to kick this away. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. On play action, it's Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Brian Orakpo coming with pressure. He drops him on the blitz for a loss of 12. Now Cohen. A little juke. Good strength, gets him a little extra and gets them some breathing room as he's tackled shy of the 10. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd down, that's Thompson. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. It's a gain of 8, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Here's Jordan Berry now. He's been terrific so far. Taken from just outside the 30. A big-time return there, 40 yards. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Around the NFL, we've got a second-quarter score. The Jets out to an early lead over the Dolphins. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And we'll keep you abreast of how the... And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeAndre Levy in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards.
Here we go.
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. And Diggs has it. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. Caught left side by Hilton. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. A dump off to Elliott. And he is out of bounds, but not before taking this inside the 10 to the 7. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
On 2nd down, Trubisky. His pass caught at the 4. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. T.Y. Hilton as the first half is winding down. And the Texans are in for 6. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. Butker now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Patriots gearing up to go now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. A final shot before half for Rodgers. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Texans now. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they'll go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. This time, Trubisky will throw. And he fires one incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. This is Cohen, and an alley to run. And he cuts it back right, and he's got it down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Pats able to cash in for 6. And that makes it 14-10. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think...
And got his man complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Play action. Now Trubisky. Quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. 2nd down here after the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. And he's got his man Hilton. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st. A 1st down carry by Elliott. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. T.Y. Hilton with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Texans are in for 6. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. Butker now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. It's an 8-yard pickup, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Instead of the running back in New England, sometimes they like to call them the passing backs. They get them the ball in different ways, don't they?
They certainly do. Think about the ones they've had in recent vintage. You talk about Kevin Falk, Danny Woodhead, Shane Vereen. James White could have been the MVP in the Super Bowl if it wasn't for a certain quarterback that was on the field that day.
Now Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And this one is incomplete.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time.